Are you gonna say hi? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Once again, this is Josel, and we're here to give some valuable content to you guys. Hopefully that'll help you during this time. It's been almost a year since we've been in this pandemic, and wherever you're watching in the world, I don't really know what your situation is, but I know here in Canada, things have been pretty dicey. You know, I know it's really been a difficult time for everybody. I remember when things kind of first started, the lockdown started to happen. Schools were getting shut down, restaurants were closed, jobs were being lost, and it was getting difficult for many people to find a replacement or find something to do during that time. And it's approaching about the same time last year when I had lost my job and was having difficulty finding another one, and started to feel that feeling of being lost. And I was having trouble getting another job, and so I was just kind of sitting around at home and trying to figure out what to do with my life, what to do with myself. And it was getting hard, and I felt like with each passing day, I felt like I was missing out on opportunities to make or even do something that was of value, that was something that was great, and something that I could kind of put out to inspire and challenge people, until it came to a point when I finally decided that I got to do something. And so that's exactly what I did. I set out to try and figure out what I could do with my skill set in technology and in design, and see if I can get creative and start something in that season. So today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. I'm going to share with you the 4 things that I did and that you can do as well to start getting creative, start creating, start putting stuff out there, and to make the most out of this season. And not only will I talk about those 4 things, I'm going to share some of the apps, some of the softwares and the resources that I used on a budget. Very little resources to get started, so that most of you who maybe don't have the most expensive gear, who don't have all the crazy resources and expensive software, can get started right now with what you most likely have in your pocket or at your home already. So let's talk about it. All right, so let's start with the first thing that I think we could all do together, and that's to learn a new skill. Now, almost everybody, if you have access to the internet, if you have a smartphone that has access to the internet, or whatever device, tablet, computer, doesn't matter. If you have access to the internet, this is something that you can do. Now, we all know the obvious program that we can all use, or the obvious website, is YouTube, right? Where you're probably watching this video from as well. YouTube has a lot of great resources that you can look at, tutorials on how to start a new skill if you want to do graphic design, if you want to do video production, music production, whatever you want to do. YouTube has a lot of great videos from other creators like yourself, like me, who have put this content out there for you guys to get started on your own. So start with YouTube. It's completely free. You're not going to pay anything. Get on YouTube, look up a certain skill, look up something that you want to try to do, and check that out. Another great resource that I would recommend, and it's a lot more intuitive, it's not free, but it's definitely something that I think a lot of people can afford if you think about it, and it's something called Skillshare. Now, for the price of literally maybe 1 meal a month, you can get access to unlimited videos, tutorials that have steps, different classes that you can take from professionals in the area to learn a new skill. This is not something that I'm sponsored by or anything, but this is something that I have used to help me get started. Now, I'm a graphic designer for a couple of years now. I've had many clients, I've worked with many different people, have had great opportunities in this space, and a lot of what I learned was on these websites. YouTube tutorials, right? They call it YouTube University. Skillshare was another great one that really gave really specific examples, really specific teachings on how to do certain things and how to learn certain skills. Of course, you can always go on the more expensive route and go for a masterclass subscription or something like that. But if you're on a budget, of course, and you're just trying to learn a new skill, trying to get something going while you're in this pandemic, YouTube and Skillshare are really great resources for you to do that. All right, the second thing that you guys can do, and this is something that I recently just started doing, and that's start a YouTube channel. Yeah, I know everyone's talking about how YouTube it's got this own reputation of YouTuber status and all this kind of stuff. But YouTube is actually a really great way for you to put out content, kind of thing you want to do if you want to entertain, if you want to showcase some of your skill sets, if you want to just put out fun content for people. Get connected with others, get connected with companies. YouTube is a really great way to do this. I want to kind of expand it a little bit more and just basically say start a video channel. So it doesn't necessarily have to be on YouTube, but there are really other great avenues. Start something as well and start putting content out. Things like Instagram. Instagram has become a very big platform for people who want to post their photography, but they've got things like Instagram Live now, IGTV. You can start putting video content out there as well, start gaining followers, start gaining people connecting to your content, and you can eventually start monetizing that as well. And just the same with YouTube. Instagram has that same power and same ability for you to start not just putting out content, but making a living out of it as well during a pandemic. I would have mentioned this earlier, but now is a time when a lot of people are, consuming digital content. People are really active on social media because a lot of the time they're just staying at home. It's just a great avenue and a great way for you to put stuff out. No, not just for the benefit of yourself, but you also want to bring value to it too, right? You want to bring value to people who watch your content. So starting a video channel on either YouTube or Instagram, great way for you to just really be creative, put out videos. Personally, for me, I was really nervous about putting out a YouTube channel, and it took a lot of guts for me to put out that first video that I had. This is only my second one, so I don't really have a lot of content, and I'm still kind of learning the process. But I'm already finding and noticing that it's a great avenue for you to just create and put stuff out there, as long as you put in the work and you put in the time to really make it happen for yourself. A lot of the times people think that you need really expensive gear. You need the best camera, best audio gear to really put that stuff out there. But actually, you can just use what is probably already in your pocket. You can use your smartphone if you have an iPhone or an Android or something of that sort. Those are really great ways for you to film something quick and easy. With the iPhones now, they have really great cameras. You can just really shoot something real quick. If you're trying to shoot, just a food vlog, or maybe just stuff around your house, you're showcasing your time in pandemic or whatever. You can just easily do that from your iPhone, put it together on a free video editor app, and just post that up on YouTube. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but that's just something that gets you started, right? And you do that consistently, right? You get more used to it. You start getting attention. You get better gear. It's a journey that's really exciting and really cool to kind of see unfold. I myself am very new to the journey, but just seeing the YouTubers that I have followed and the journey that they went from having a really low budget production to getting really big and having a really nice quality video that would put out and inspire many others. And so you can do it too. To be honest, you just have to get started. You just got to do it. So starting a video channel, really great way to get creative. The third thing that you can do, and this is something that I started last year, talking about when the lockdown first happened, when the pandemic really first started. This is the first thing that I actually jumped on to try out and to challenge myself with, and that's a podcast. Now, many people have like their own connotations about podcasts. They think it's really difficult to do, kind of almost the same way that they think about YouTube and starting a YouTube channel. But really, it's not that difficult. If you look hard enough and you really think about it, you'll find that it's not really that hard to put out a podcast, right? And put out topics and episodes about stuff that you're passionate about, stuff that you care about. Maybe it's sports, maybe it's politics, maybe it's just like current news, or maybe you want to just share encouraging devotionals through the Bible. A lot of great things that you can really talk about. It's your creative project. It's your thing. You choose the content, and if people decide they want to watch it and they want to tune into it, that's up to them. Great. But don't be afraid about putting something that someone else might not like, because the fact of the matter is there's going to be one person out there that might enjoy that content, and that honestly should be enough for you to really push for it and try to make it happen. And so podcasting is a really great way to do that. Now, the best way to start, especially if you have limited resources and especially if you don't have all the fancy gear like the expensive microphones and whatnot, you can just easily start with what's probably in your pocket. You can start with the iPhone right here. When I started, I was literally just recording the audio through the Voice Memos app on my phone. And I use the service that I think most podcasters these days are using, and a lot of people would recommend, is something called Anchor. Now, Anchor is 100% free. And basically what it is, it's a hosting platform. Here you can basically just upload an audio that you've already edited on your phone, maybe something that you put together. You upload it there. It even gives you other options so that you can build the episode. You can add music. You can add, an outro, whatever. You can even record directly onto the app, and it's really a great experience and really easy to use. So Anchor is one that I would recommend, and not just the fact that it can put your episode together and build it, but it literally takes that and shares it onto all of the podcasting platforms. So I'm talking about Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, whatever podcast you can think of, Google Podcasts. It's all over the place. It'll distribute your episodes to all of those platforms. And so you literally don't have to worry about distribution or how people are going to get access to your podcast. You can just put it on Anchor, and then it'll put it all into all the other platforms. Now, the last thing I want to share is kind of like an honorable mention. I know I said 4. This is the 4th one. This is not really something that I dabbled myself in, but it's just definitely something that I know someone out there can do, and that is writing. Whether it be starting a blog, whether it be starting a journal, or just writing even your own book, who knows, articles, whatever. Writing is another great way that you can kind of put your creative ideas, creative thoughts out there into a form that people can read online. Maybe you can send it out in like an email blast or something, and just get that out there. Writing is another great way that you could get stuff done. And thankfully, with all the options that we have for applications, with websites, with programs, whatever, it's really not hard to find a way to write stuff down. I mean, obviously you can go the traditional way and just write it down on pen and paper. That's a really cool way and really awesome thing that you can do as well. You don't have to go digital with it. But for those of you that are still going digital, you can use your Notes app. You can use Microsoft Word, Pages, whatever software you have that is free and available on your device. Those are great options. Another one that I would recommend, though, however, and it's not free, but it's something called Ulysses. This is something that I've used previously for writing up drafts, scripts for projects in school. It's a very clean interface. It makes it easy for you to write stuff down without any distractions. It's very straightforward, not a whole lot of complicated features on it, but it's a really great experience for writing, especially if you're planning to write and type for a long period of time. Ulysses is a really great option for you. So that's one I would recommend if you wanted to go on a bit of a deeper route, and if you have the resources. But anyways, those are the 4 things that you could do to start getting creative during this pandemic. I didn't want to go into too much detail because I do want you guys to explore a little bit. I want you guys to try it out for yourself and see what you can make happen. We've all got our own ideas. We are all built different ways. We all think different ways. But the fact of the matter is, we are all creatives, right? That's what I want you guys to remember. And so don't be afraid to put it out. Don't be afraid to put out that idea that's been swirling around in your head for a podcast idea. Put it out there, try it out. Don't be afraid of what people will think. And if you fail, that's all right. That's an opportunity for you to really learn and see how you can develop your skill in that area, or develop that project into something that can be better and be more valuable to somebody who tunes in. So don't be afraid to fail. But anyways, I hope this has really helped you guys. If you want more information on some of this stuff, I'm gonna put the links in the description, all the links to the websites, the software, the apps, whatever you guys need to get started. All right, and if you are able to start a YouTube channel, or you're able to start a food Instagram account or something like that, put the link down in the comments below so that we can share that with everybody. People can check it out. Those that are viewing this video can tune into the comments and get access to your content. We want to get more creatives out there. We want to get more people who will inspire, who will encourage, entertain, and just be a light during these dark times. I'm really excited to see what will come out of this, and I hope that this video will kind of be that push that you guys need to really get it going, really make it happen, and just start putting out and getting creative right now. But that's it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Be sure to check out my one other video that I posted a couple days ago. And I'm really excited. I got a lot of great content that's coming out on this channel. So if there's anything that you liked, there's anything that you thought was helpful to you, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it as well, putting comments in. All that stuff really helps me out a lot. And hopefully down the road, I'll be able to give back to you guys for all the stuff and all the support that you've been giving me for this YouTube channel. But anyways, God bless you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.